All right, let's walk through creating a landing page with an opt-in for one of your lead magnets and a one email auto response. This is something that I've been asked for by several people, and I thought I would just go ahead and pull it together so that you can see all the steps together. All right. So first, let me share, I have written out the content that I want to use for both the landing page and for the email auto response. So having thought this through makes it much easier and faster to create the landing page. I also have created the image that will go with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in marketing and create a form. We're going to call this, so this is for my lead generation 101 guide. And we're going to do first name and then email. And I'm going to make first name required. So for a opt-in type form, you don't want to collect a lot of information, but I would definitely collect first name so you can personalize emails and always collect the email. And then I'm going to add a button here because I like to make it a little fancier. I'm going to put in my brand color here. And finally, I changed the corner radius as well. And we'll say download the Lead Gen 101 guide. All right, so there we have the form. And now I'm going to go to the funnels area and I'm going to create a new funnel. Lead Gen 101. I'm going to add a page. Edit the page. Now, an opt-in for a lead magnet is generally pretty simple. So I'm going to add a section, which again, how wide the content spans on the page. I'm going to add a one column, one row for my headline, which is here. And then I'm going to add my subheadline. I don't want that weight. I think we'll just do this. I'm going to change the font size here a little bit. And I'm going to give it some white space so that they're not on top of one another. All right, so there we have, I have my headline, which is supposed to draw somebody in and say, yes, I do feel lost, I'm struggling. And then a little nod to what the potential solution is. So now what I want to do is add in a 2-column row. And this is where I'm going to put my form. Select my Lead Gen 101 here, and I'm also going to add a picture. Oh, I already uploaded it. Isn't that nice? Okay. Now you could just do this and leave it at that. I like to add a little bit more content to the the opt-in page. So I put that on the side of the form. Now, when I put the form on the left side because when it's on a mobile phone, the left side comes first, and we want them to fill out the form. We don't want them to have to scroll for the form. I'm going to make the font size here. Let's maybe make it 16. And I like to left justify because it makes it easier to read to me. Let's see, and then I have bullets here. You can see how easy it is when you've thought out the content to add it onto the page. Now, where did my sentences end? business, 77%. Oh, I didn't actually copy the right stuff here. That's why. Okay, change the font. Now I like, again, I like more white space, so I double enter after each of these bullets to give it a little bit more space here. And then finally I have my call to action. All right, that looks pretty good. I think I want the font to be a tiny bit bigger, maybe 18. All right, so I'm going to save this. And when they submit the form, I want it to open a URL here. So I forgot to grab that. Let me go get that. All right, so I'm going to put that in here, and then I'm going to save. Final step is to connect this to a domain, which I do not have on this account set up. But if I did, it would be listed here, and I would select it, and you would see a URL right here. So, but this is, the landing page is done. That's what it looks like. And just to show you how it works. All right, it's opening up the lead gen as expected. So next what we're going to do is create the auto response. So we go to workflows. And I'm going to create a workflow from scratch. All right. And we're going to initiate this workflow when a form is submitted. So when someone fills out that form, and we're going to say which form specifically we're talking about, the Lead Gen 101. And then best practice is to assign all new contacts into your system to yourself. So that way when you use the merge code for user signature or anything like that, that it's always referencing you. And this is where you might want to tag the contact with your newsletter. And if you want the lead gen that they actually downloaded, but I don't really do that. So, and then we're going to send them an email. So it's going to be from me. And since I set the assignee to myself, I just use this user merge field for full name and then email. And I'm going to say here, we're going to use the contact's first name. And then I can come over to my little document here, and I'm going to copy. Oh, first we got to put their first name in. Copy everything. Makes it so easy when you've already written out the content on what to do, for sure. And let's see, I'm going to put in my brand color for the link. All right, and I prefer my font to be Verdana. And we're going to make it 11-point font. Okay, so it looks good now. Oh, and we're make this, got to stick with my colors here. Now on the settings page, anytime sending is fine because I want them to receive it immediately. I'm also going to turn this on to allow multiple because people tend to fill out those lead magnets many times. And you want them to receive it every time they fill it out. And then we're going to mark this as red so that it doesn't clog up your conversations area. And that's all we're going to do on here. And then I'm going to publish it. So that's it. When you have a lead magnet, that page that's been filled out, the person will come in here, and I'll just show you that real quick. Before I press that, I just want to go back to the workflow area so that we can see. So this is the one that they're going to be going into. So you can see here, nobody has gone into this workflow yet. So I'm going to submit. It's going to show me the lead magnet, but I also want it to be emailed. All right, so you can see that there's one contact in here, and it should finish pretty quickly, which is me. And then when I click on the execution log, it'll step us through what it did. Now, why did it skip? Oh, well, it would have sent me an email if I wasn't doing all my testing in this account. But you can see how it would go through these steps and complete. So that's it. It really didn't take that long once you lay out the actual the content for your email and your what am I trying to say? Landing page. So take some time, lay out the content. It'll make the building of your automation and your landing pages so much easier.